Hey, I made it to a really good spot. There's the old Glen Highway Bridge, and that's part of the Matanuska River there. I had to walk across that. Thank God I got the boots that were 10 inches tall, because that water is about a good 8-9 inches deep. But I crossed in the, you might think it's dumb to cross in the widest part, but the widest part's actually your shallowest, because the water is spread out. You get into an area where it squeezes together, it's real deep, like down there. But I finally made it across and got water up to about right here. But I went real quick. I did 2 trips. This is part of the Matanuska Valley, Susitna Valley, about 4 miles east of Palmer. Now, these mountains are called your Chugach Mountains. See if I can zoom in a little better. And you get into over to Pioneer Peak coming in on the right. I wish it was clear. They still got a little mist in the sky, so everything kind of looks hazy. I mean, that goes, Pioneer Peak goes, shoot, clear up to about right here. I wish you could see the true majesty of it. But yeah, that's Chugach Mountains. Anchorage gets its drinking water from the lake just beyond that ridge. Yeah, I hope to make it down to Seward. That is the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. I went by Fred Meyer, and thank God I hit it today. The sale went off at midnight tonight, but I got a 3-man 7-foot by 7-foot dome tent for $27, brand new. Oh great, now I lost my tent. I can't see good enough to, well, I'll just keep the camera rolling then. Yeah, this whole flat plain here, see how there's no trees? This is a floodplain. Now don't let that scare you. And up here about 20 miles is a Matanuska Glacier. About 80 years ago, the glacier came all the way down. I mean, you could see it from here. Oh, I'd say 500 years ago, there was 200-foot thick ice where I'm standing. So this is kind of like a floodplain. See how there's no trees because they get swept away. But I measured the water since I've been here about an hour, and it's gone down about 1 inch, and then there's no more rain in the forecast. I may have lost the tent. Well, let me kind of look back behind me. Nah, yeah, I'm going the right way. God, it sucks. Everything looks the same to me. Yeah, I went from 92 degrees in Tennessee to 48. I'm back in my Carhartt coat. Yeah, and I picked the highest spot. Also, you can see how kind of dingy that looks. You can see where the water has, the snow has melted, the dirty snow, and the fine grit, the soil has settled on the leaves. So I know the water hadn't been up this deep since the snow. And there's no big sticks that have washed up against anything, but they're real fine silt. looked like the water had gotten its highest point right before I got here. It's already on the way down, but I'm probably a good 2 foot above the river stage right now. But I got everything out here. I walked that 3.5 miles with 2 gallons of water, 65-pound Molly backpack, and a bucket. Can't beat that $27.99. It's like a good temporary one, keep the mosquitoes out, and they ain't too bad. Got some OJ and some goodies, and I got some bear spray. It shoots a 35-foot stream. You just pull that orange tab out and then push down on that black handle in the middle. It shoots 35 foot. And I got the solar powered charger out, and it's not even any sun and it's charging. It's just taking the ambient light. So, man, I appreciate it. The subscriber that sent me this. And I got for $4, I got one of them pillows. My other one was getting all mashed out, but it's called a heat seat. I don't know why they call it that. There's nothing electric in it. And the other one that I've always had this was like $7, but they fit in my pack just right. And got my bear killers out if the spray don't work. But yeah, let me pull that bucket out. Maybe I can set it down and set the camera on it or something. Yeah, I wish it was clear. You could see the mountains up closer. Yes, Matanuska Valley right there. And back over this way to the left is the Matanuska Valley. 2 glaciers came together at this point where I'm at. The glacier, Matanuska Glacier, came southeast, and Matanuska came west and met, and then pushed all the way out to Cook Inlet, where Anchorage is. That's what gouged out this flat place between the mountains right there and behind me. And that little molehill, well, I call it a molehill. That first one in the foreground, that's Butte, B-U-T-T-E, Alaska. That's where the old Glen Highway used to be. They built the new one back in, I think, 98. That was like one of the biggest projects. And so now down in Soldotna, they're getting ready to widen that highway where Connor is. I'm so glad to be back. I wish you guys could see the full majesty, because that's Pioneer Peak. It just keeps going up, and the Alaska Railroad is about a mile from here. Goes to Anchorage that way and goes to Fairbanks that way. And let me turn real quick. Wasilla is back west. Oh, probably 13, 14 miles. You know, I haven't walked behind me. I kind of wonder if, kind of check things out. I don't want to lose the tent again. Because my eyes out here, everything just looks the same. I mean, it's a little better looking in the viewfinder of the phone. Well, I'm glad to learn that solar powered charger works without the sun. It's just filtered sun, more or less. Yeah, you can hear there are more planes in Alaska than any other state. You can hear them all the time. 1 out of 5 people in Alaska have a pilot license. I think 9 out of 10 carry firearm. But at least I can get a day or two rest here, because I'll be heading up to Fairbanks, and then from there I will get on the Dalton Highway, the one you see in Ice Road Truckers, or the Hall Road it's called, Haul, or the James Dalton Highway. I'm trying to set my camera up where I don't have to hold it. Hope I'm in the camera. Yeah, once I get up to Fairbanks, I have to make it up to the Elliott Highway. The Elliott Highway is the top of the world highway. It's nicknamed. There's 2 roads that go out of Alaska and in Alaska into the Yukon, Canada. And it's dirt road, the one top of the road highway, Elliott Highway. And it's about a 30-mile piece of this. It breaks off to the left and heads due north to Coldfoot, Livengood, Prudhoe Bay, and that's all dirt road for about 440 miles. But Coldfoot is a really interesting town. It's set North America's lowest temperature of 82 below zero, but it wasn't documented by NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It wasn't documented, so it really didn't count. But the gift shop there, you can buy thermometers that actually read as low as 82 below. And just that summer before that year, that was like, I want to say 92. Or no, it had to have been earlier than that. It hit a high of 97 degrees, and that's like 100 miles north of the Arctic Circle. But I didn't have a problem at all getting a ride. Matter of fact, a German family with a rent-a-van picked me up out Coldfoot and brought me all the way to Prudhoe Bay. Had a flat, oh my God. So we had to go like 180 miles with a little dummy donut tire. We made it though, and the next day I had a job on a demolition crew for BP. So that was 25 years ago I did that. I'm putting myself to the challenge to see if I can do it again at 50 years old. But I'm going to spend about 6 weeks up here before I go back. My rent's paid up till August 1st. Plant watered. Yeah, I got to remember to keep looking behind me a little more. But then I'll get some pictures of the Alaska Railroad. There is absolutely no tourist up here because of the COVID-19. Got to the airport here, they wouldn't let any of us leave unless we had a rapid COVID test done. So they stuck a swab in my nose and came up negative. So that cleared me to come in Alaska. That took about an hour to go through that process. I got on a city bus, went downtown Anchorage, took Valley Mover out, and then I didn't have any problem getting a ride. I stuck my thumb out. 10 minutes later, I got a ride to Wasilla, and then on to Palmer. So I guess that's it for now, and I'll think of some neat things to make video out of. So maybe that's a little history and education on South Central Alaska. All right, I'm going to go to sleep. I am beat.